the temple itself is a physical structure. What is it about the temple, about the physicality of the temple, that makes it different than the physicality of the Chrysler Building? What's so special about it?
This is a really great question, because one can ask, is this just a kosher golden calf? I thought the whole problem with the golden calf is that it was too specific, too physical. The more we learn the deepest commentaries about the golden calf, the more that we understand that the sin wasn't really a sin of rank idolatry. The sin was in trying to be too specific and saying, I have to have this go-between, I have to have something to focus on. But yet the Midrash, our sages, relate to this exactly when they say that Hashem said to Moshe, take the gold of the golden calf and atone for it with the building of the tabernacle. Hashem says, this is the kosher tube, the kosher golden calf. This is the kosher way of doing it. Because you know what? Everything in life consists of place and time and life, and everything in this world can be sanctified. And there is such a concept in this world as sacred space. And the idea of the fact that Hashem chose one place in this whole world, and He chose it from the very beginning of time, hundreds, tens of times throughout the Torah, we find the phrases like, the place that I will choose, the place that I will show you. That place was actually chosen by Hashem from the very beginning of time, because it's the very place which is the center of the Garden of Eden, the very place from where Adam Harishon, the first man, was created, the very place which brings about the realignment, the tikkun, the kapara, the atonement of the relationship between man and God. And Hashem says, in this place I will manifest myself, my identity, for all humanity, for all time. And the idea of the temple, that everything that's going on there exists on so many levels of tikkun, on the simplest level of following His will, of bringing the offering, whether it makes sense to me or not, because Hashem commanded it, and then studying, Na'aseh v'nishma, then studying about what it means, and all the levels, the strata of creation that are rectified through the everyday service in the Holy Temple. But this is a place which is like the microcosm of the life force. Why is it that when the high priest goes into the Holy of Holies on Yom Kippur, the holiest man goes into the holiest place on the holiest day of the year, the forces of time and space and life coming together? There are factors in this world of holiness, of depth. This is what creation is really all about. And so a place can become holy. And the difference between the Temple Mount and every other place in the world is that is the one place on earth which is truly holy. And people say, oh, the Kotel is the holiest shrine in Judaism, and that absolutely boils my blood, because the Kotel is a very holy place, but it's been sanctified by the prayers of our people for 2,000 years. Intrinsically, it has no holiness whatsoever. It's like it was the outer wall of the retaining wall of the wall around the Temple Mount complex. There was a street scene going on there in the time of the temple, a marketplace. The place that Hashem wants to see us is on the top, the place of the Temple Mount. That's the place that Hashem's eyes never leave. That is the place of Rachel Mevaka al Baneha. That is the place of the divine presence. And that's never changed. And the holiness of the Temple Mount has never waned. And despite the fact that the Jewish people went into exile, despite the fact that the temple was destroyed and that an occupying force took advantage of the Jewish exile and began to squat there and destroy evidence of the Holy Temple and try to rewrite history and say that there never was a temple there, that changes nothing, because the one holy place on earth for the Jewish people and all humanity is that place that was sanctified by God from the very beginning of time.